God's sake, don't come in here with your opinions. You're embarrassing me. You're obstructing me, putting up walls where there was nothing but me. Go ahead. Cut me off and laugh at me, but I am the future. I'm going to grow up and be your doctor, your lawyer, your daughter's wife, and maybe I'll have the heart to save your life when you don't even have the decency to listen. But it's not my fault. Don't tell me it was my fault. Why aren't you telling my rapist, my abuser, it was his fault? I can't be responsible for the actions of others. I can't be a shield, a cover, a safe haven for the damned if I don't believe in heaven. But no. Take your time. I'd love to hear why my opinions are invalid because you make me doubt my sanity, uncannity, my sexuality. If you were up here in my place, I bet your knees would shake. Well, I'm sick of shaking. I shook all winter when he told me to bake, burn in hell, but if you were there in his place, would you have done something different? Prove to me you're the exception. I'm done with inceptions, building up my hope, but I can't breathe properly if you don't give me room to walk. An anomaly? Explain to me how I'm the freak. I'm the product of social experimentation when you're the mindless, cultured cell of doctoral deconstruction. I'm the balls-out nonconformist, but you don't even know what that means. So don't tell me you understand when you've never had to cut, to bind, to puke, to fit into your society. If bleeding every month makes my emotions run haywire, then how do you explain yourself when you're smacking your 5-year-old child? Oh, don't excite yourself. You might just wet yourself. You make me choke up bile. Thank you, Uncle Sam, for raising me to be an upstanding citizen in a country where standing up is frowned upon. Am I too loud? Too turned on? Don't tell me to calm down. The future isn't going to be calm, and I am the future. I am the I in the shitstorm of reality. Tap, tap, tap. His cowboy boots on the hardwood floor get her shaking, strip her down to the bare minimum. Their greedy tongues catch trembling gasps, clench crypt fingers between silver-quick thighs. Her nails carve a sonnet into the sandy hair at the base of his neck, and his eyes unpeel her from the plaster, dripping wet. She arches into the jut of his arms, bleeding lips from silenced teeth that cut universes into his skin. Her toes curl towards hell, but hazy brain cells make inauspicious bedfellows to hair that is singed with desire. He sets his cowboy boots down next to her bra and strings her bones to breaking. I miss you. I keep searching for you somewhere behind the curtains, closed across your forehead, but you're too deep in hiding to come out and play. I press my lips against the jut of your temple and wait for the candles in your eyes to flicker, but someone blew them out, I guess. I dig my fingers into the flesh, stretched across your paper bones, so ready to crumble and wilt under any sun, begging the universe to pity me and let me have you back. You curl your cheeks and nose into the harsh curves of my ink-stained body, and I hold my breath, waiting for you to reappear, make your grand entrance from behind the curtains. But you don't. Baby, where are you? I miss you. So, I'm going to talk about this poem. It's called Black Boxes, and I got the inspiration for this poem because if you see in old medical textbooks, usually people who have disfiguring diseases, they take a picture of the person and then they black out the person's eyes with a black box. So it's kind of like they're stripped of their identity and they're left only as the disease itself. And I originally wrote this as like a queer self-identification piece, but I realized that it could also be a self-identification piece about anyone. And also, I have dealt with severe scoliosis, so it's kind of something like that. Like, don't strip me of my identity just because I had a disease. Don't try to fit me into your boxes. Don't write me into your history books or your medical texts, as my eyes are too bright, too confused to cover with black boxes. Prop me up against the measuring tape of maturity and pencil in my innocence. Take into account its loss. Print my name 1,000,000 times in black ink, colored ink, a heading, a title to a story you can read and then put back on the shelf. Shove it away or burn it if my body is too offensive or my thoughts too frazzled. Don't break me to fit in boxes. Cross me, an X upon my breast to save me, but I squirm inside my skin and these robes burn like fire, like acid, all over my arms. Claw my back. Don't crack my spine and send me cowering to doctors, trying to peel the black boxes off of my eyes so I can show them I'm okay. I swear to God I'm beautiful. So don't write me into your history books. Just keep me in your memories. Don't shred me just to fit me inside of your ideas of me. You trip over your knees and smirk, sprawled eagle across my apathy. You're the kind of pathetic fuck pedophiles check off in their diaries, but I'm the jailbait you can't unhook your teeth from. Your hands shake. The glitter dislodges, but I'd still tape your fingers together just to teach you how to love me. I'd taste you from the inside out, shove your shoulders against the wall, crack your foundation and lick your crevices, your secret places, until your knees shuddered and gave way. I'd chip your teeth with my tongue, and my nails would be long enough to claw the exquisite white of your lower back. I'd tie you up with my belt and make you bleed, crack your skull against my palms until you screamed. Your eyes would creak together tears that I could drip onto my nostalgic thighs. You'd crick your fingers to the knuckle, and I'd buckle, drowning, sifting the dust from my lungs, but then I'd wake up. I lost 1,000,000 minutes, curling strands of your hair between my fingers and resting my teeth on the edge of your skin. And I let 1,000 seconds slip between us like sand. I basked in your sun and slept for hundreds of years in the tang of your ocean. And yet, none of those moments seem wasted. Instead, I feel like I've gained a lifetime. Doll, noun, implies plaything, which I am, and mindless, which I am not. Doll, and his lips against my fingers, uninvited eyes to my thoughts in the curve of my shoulder, under the fabric of coal. Doll's cracked, her trophy eyes leaking gold, and arms bent, forehead split in half, the prize of her organs, squirming, restless, lusting, uninvited, uncontrollable anger for Doll, that he calls me only when he needs a reason to gamble away the birds in his throat, shrieking epiphanies, leaving out her fingers shaking, out poetry proclaiming Doll. It's fucking stupid, fucking pointless. Doll, no! Baby, lover, sweetie, darling, I'd never call you Doll. And her seeking, breathless fingers curl around my nails, erasing his lips on my hands, my brain, and the bullshit he built trapdoors in his stomach out of, like maybe he'd drop my porcelain tongue onto his manhood, same as any other cookie-cutter, shit-eating, grinning doll. I ache. You're like the ocean, because you open within me a chasm so wide, so deep, that nothing except yourself could ever hope to fill me up. And I tremble, just another mistake he died to make, and the waves reach their fingers down my throat to choke my lungs. Your eyes drown me as your anger rips the scream from my soul. I dig my fingers into your hair, and pretend that this will salvage what's left of my decaying dignity, and still I ache, because I don't have you here to hold me together. So, this is going to be my last one, and in case you were wondering, I didn't do the poem that I won the Gold Key Award for, because it was very heavy on formatting and did not translate very well into the spoken word. But if you're ever at all interested in reading it, I don't know, then you can ask me and I can send it to you if you're that curious about me. All right. I courted you the breadth and length of the universe for the sunshine in your hair, the stardust in your eyes and the half moon of your smile, and then eventually for the oceans at your fingertips and the butterflies, the flowers, blooming in your belly. I courted the chambers of your heart and the squirming of your organs. I begged your eardrums to quicken your blood, to remove the desperate from my acquisitions. The stars at the end of your eyelashes stack the whimpers, the hurricanes, clinging to my throat, and no one will write a story about us, and we will never be portrayed slightly wrong in a lackluster movie, but it doesn't matter. We are every eventual engagement, every happy ending.